Hey everybody, thanks for clicking the video. This is David Pendleton, and we're going to talk about the pro division of the quarterback tournament. This is going to be the front nine wind. I'd like to start off real quick by saying something important that I want everybody to know that watches my videos, how much I appreciate your support every single tournament. The comment section is always filled with love. It's filled with people, who are having great rounds. And, I know the videos are helping people for sure because you can see it in the comments. I joined Tommy's team because it's going to make me a better player. I would be learning from one of the best players in the game, and I felt it as an honor to be asked to be part of his team. He's great at creating content. His skill for the game is incredible. But ever since I joined his team, I have one person or maybe two people who are going through all my videos all of a sudden and just giving me a thumbs down. And I'm not really sure why. I've never, ever had that problem before. But as soon as I have a video launch, they're going in there on one account or maybe two accounts and logging into multiple accounts and giving me a thumbs down. Can you guys and gals who are watching this help me outrun that every single week? All it takes is a millisecond to hit the thumbs up video. If you find my stuff helpful, please do that for me. Okay, enough about that, but just know how much I appreciate every true subscriber to my channel. I'm extremely grateful for everybody. Okay, minus 16, we're going to take it. It was a very good round. Not really a whole lot that I felt that I can improve on outside of maybe landing the albatrosses, which were pretty close. So let's just go ahead and hop right into it. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. That would be so helpful. Okay, hole number one, 20% elevation. We're going to play it at max distance here of our QB. And as you can see, we're using two top and a bar right side spin. We don't need to use any overpower, nothing like that. We're just taking a normal shot here and just making sure that we lay up between the sand bunkers on the fairway. This is good distance. This is going to make an easy shot, which is going to be for shot number 2 at pin. And I know there's a lot of different ways to play this hole, but I just want everybody to know, and you can kind of see what I'm doing here. But you're going to see on the graphic that I'm playing this shot 15%, boom, boom, at mid distance. Sorry, so 4.7 rings, 15% at mid. And, there's more than one way to skin a cat. That's the saying. So I know there's probably other streamers giving different elevation and, different setups. But, we're all different. Sometimes we learn from each other. But, this is just the way that I end up playing this hole because I missed 15% at max like I normally play it on my other account, and I missed by a fraction. But you're going to see here 4.5 miles an hour. You see right here 4.7 rings, which is 15% at mid. And you're going to see this ball drop in the hole. So, I hit a perfect ball on my other account. And like I said, I barely missed. And when I went and looked at my replay and when I messed around with my app, had I played it 15% at mid, the ball would have gone in the hole, which is exactly what happens here. So, there's how I did it. And I think it's a really good shot. And it should work out for you as well. Okay, now we're going to go to hole number 2. And hole number 2 was sent to me very early this morning by a subscriber of mine telling me that I have to try a shot that Neo had on his stream. And Neo is an excellent player. He's extremely skilled. But I'll tell you, when I was looking at this replay, I was really, really nervous to try to execute the shot because it's going to be like a trick shot. We're going to be starting off with a sniper. And then when we have our ball guidelines set, we're actually going to switch this to a big dog. And as one of my good friends, Jeffrey, said, that if we hit a great right shot with a big dog on this attempt, we could end up on hole number 3. So you get what I'm saying there? This ball could fly a million miles. But I was told the shot is dead nuts. I was told if you hit perfect, this thing is going in the hole. And it is 2 for 2 on it. So let me show you the setup. And all props, 100% go to Neo for this shot. 4.1 bars of top spin, 1.1 bar of side spin to the right. So 4 bars at top, 4.1 top, 4 bars side spin to the right. You're going to see here me switch to the big dog, but let's slow this down. So look at here how I almost have the yellow ring on the rough, but I have the ball guideline going through the hole. And then we switch to the big dog. And then from here, you're going to adjust 30% at max. And you need to pray to the golf clash gods that this is where you hit your perfect shot. If you're going to miss, hit a great left. But man, if you hit perfect, this thing is an amazing shot, which is really cool, really unique. But you're going to see here, I mean, this is perfect speed. It's dead center, man. It is a hole-in-one, and it's a really beautiful shot. So here it is again, this time in higher wind, right? Yeah, this is 1.1 miles per hour higher wind. Same setup, top spin, right side spin. You see it? 4.1 top, 1.1 right. Get your yellow ring somewhere around the rough line there. Ball guideline through the hole. Now here with the extra mile 10, I'm at the +1 yard like. I would say if you're at extra mile 9, it's probably the +3, correct? Well, almost positive that's correct. But you'll see, we switch to the big dog. Once we switch to the big dog, do not move your target. Okay, only move your target when you pull your rings. 30% at max. Look at that. We hit the pin, and we're in again for a hole-in-one on hole number 2. Beautiful shot. Very fun to play. Good luck, everybody. Okay, hole number 3. You know, I thought about hole number 3, trying to clear the water here, but I decided to back up against it. I decided to back up and play it normal. I wanted to put one thing here that I want you to see. My top spin, okay? Max side spin to the left, of course, but look at that, 3.5 top. I back up to the +3 yard mark. I pull this 10% at mid. We barely have enough fairway to work with here, and I say that because on my other account, I use the exact same top spin, and I must have encountered some type of glitch roll on the fairway because my ball went flying into the rough. With similar wind and the same top spin, I would like to go ahead and knock this down to 3 bars of top spin for everybody watching, okay? That way you don't go too far. Now from here, we're playing a rough bump. And I'll go over the elevation here with you in a second, since I didn't put it on the graphic. So here I played at 6.8 rings, okay? And I want you to take note of what happened. We come in short, so that's why I didn't put a graphic up there, because we're not really anywhere close. So I'm playing this 10% at max. But the biggest thing is we need to add top spin to this shot. So hole number 3, rough bump, unfortunately, I don't have a great replay for you because I hit a great shot on my other account. So, you know what, we'll just see that one for an eagle, and we're going to go ahead and talk about the rest of this tournament. All right, so this one is going to be a little specific, and I really hate doing this to people. I try to eliminate this stuff as much as possible, but I don't really see any other way how to explain how to get hole number 4 hole-in-one. Okay, so 6.5 mile per hour wind, 15% at max is 7.6 rings, which is what you're going to see pulled here. And I barely missed to the left. If I would have added 0.2 rings to the adjustment, 7.8 rings, it would have been a hole-in-one, okay? Or you can play it to make it easy for you. You can basically play it 30% at mid. That's why I put those two things here, and you're going to see that that's going to work out, okay? So notice here I went with half a bar of backspin, and I used just a sliver of side spin to the right. And I'm aiming my ball guideline at the hole, which I zoom in here because I was making adjustments from my other pro account in order to try to get this ball to drop. And I came in a little hot on my other account. So I had to try to compensate for that with the backspin on this account. So we pulled this one about 7.5 rings, something like that it looks like. So you see what I mean? If we would have added 0.2 rings to the adjustment, we would have been in for a hole-in-one. Or we could have played at 30% at mid and been in for a hole-in-one. So that's just kind of one way to manipulate elevation with your app. So it's not like the elevation on the hole changes. You can just change the way your app calculates it to help you out. That's hole number 4. Okay, hole number 5, don't have a whole lot for you here. This is a tough one to drop the shot on. 10% elevation, push to max. I'm using about 6 bars of topspin with 2 bars of side spin to the left. And here we're just really going to let the ball fly because we are able to clear the rough area if we push our target back up to max like you saw me do. Using quite a bit of overpower, hit a perfect ball, but I'm pretty sure you can get away with a great ball to the left or right because of how much fairway we have to work with here. You'll see this thing really takes off on us, and it comes in really nicely here to the top of the fairway and slows down. Now, I will say one thing. On my other account, I went with full overpower and full topspin with an extra mile 9, and I made it halfway through the rough. If you are a player who likes to use money balls and you really want to gamble, listen, this is a hard shot to make on shot number 2 anyways. You could probably take a snow globe or any wind 0 power 5 ball. You might be able to clear that rough with a perfect ball. Like, it's going to be really close. I saw an opponent try to do it with an APOC 6 and a Berserker, which I'll show you here in a minute. He did not make it, but listen, I made it halfway through the rough with a Titan and an extra mile 9. So I do think a wind 0 power 5 ball could be a lot of fun to try to let rip. And worst case scenario, you get stuck in the rough, it doesn't matter. You can try to take a backspin Nirvana shot just like this and try to find this slope into the hole. But you're going to see here 10% elevation, mid-distance. This thing's really not close. You know, we missed it by 3/4 of a green square to the right. That is played 10% at mid. You know what? Just have a little fun on this hole. It's a fun tournament. Let a ball rip if you got it. So here's my opponent's extra mile 6 shot. You can see here, he's really letting this thing fly. And he didn't use full overpower, and he hit a great ball to the left. And he almost makes it. Now, I got stuck in a very similar area with the Titan. Like I said, an extra mile 9. So have some fun with that hole and see what happens. Okay, I'm going to show you my 2 replays here on hole number 6, and you can get a good laugh out of it. So I want you to notice what I'm doing is I'm going with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, like 5.3 bars of topspin, 2 bars of side spin to the right. Here's all I'm looking for in tailwind. I'm looking to make sure that when I push my rings up, that my ball guideline is past the rough and the trees. You see that? I'm trying to make sure it's fully developed when I push up. Just like that. And then I take the shot with half a ball of curl to the right and overpower. Now this is a perfect ball. And we get the camera angle that we're looking for, and this thing comes in really nice. And we catch the slope, and we roll, we roll, we roll, leaving us for a very easy chip in for the eagle, which is right here. This is dead tailwind. You know, all you got to do is just put full topspin on and hit perfect, and you're golden. So we love that. Okay, anyways, probably don't need to show you that, but some people like to see it. That's in for the hole. Let me show you, if you have powerful clubs, what not to do, okay? Here I'm going. This is my first attempt at this hole, okay? So I learned from my mistake on my other account. Too much topspin on this shot. And watch this thing here. So what happened is I missed the rough to roll out. So one bounce here, and look at this. One bounce right there. And I'm into the rough. Now the cool part is I actually saved this hole. Full topspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Dead headwind, which is a beautiful thing to get when you're trying to get an extra drop. The only thing better is dead tailwind. So here all I have to do is literally hit perfect, and we're going to be good. Which you can see, we hit perfect, and we sink this ball into the cup. Let's go. Okay, hole number 7, everybody. I'm so close on this one, and I think this is a really hard one. 20% at minimum distance with the quarterback. Max back, max side spin to the right. Now check this out. Blue ring by the rough, or blue ring by the sand. Look at the ball guideline. It's going right through the corner of that dark green square, heading towards the pin to the left-hand side offset. I didn't want to flirt too much with the sand line, so I'm going to be using right curl to get my ball back towards the pin. Notice the right curl here is just breaking the adjustment window, or the adjustment target, whatever you want to call it, the inner wall. I thought I had it. When the camera went to that angle, I thought, oh, I have it. Just a little bit too much backspin. Take a little bit of backspin off, and we're going to be really, really close to getting that hole. But, just be careful you don't take too much backspin off because you don't want to catch that slope on the back of the green. We'll take that one for a birdie. Be a very lucky hole in one. But we're very fortunate to be close on that hole, which is very difficult, in my opinion. Okay, hole 8. I thought about going for green just because it's been something that we've been able to do in the past. You can take a big topper and a berserker and try it. But the thing is sometimes you can hit water even with a perfect ball. So I was having a good round, and maybe if it would have been qualifying, I might have tried it. But, since we're in this new era of tournaments where you can't dial in shots, I thought better. I switched out to a katana, and I didn't like my ball guideline, so I went back to the power 3 ball just to get a few more yards on my drive. So I'm able to, stay away from that bottom rough and left rough. I'm able to play this one 10% elevation at max distance. Here's my curl. See how I got the left part of the ball touching the outside target zone? Perfect ball. And this is a beautiful drive. We'll take that all day, leaving us for an easy shot with the thorn. We're getting almost dead tailwind. Like I said, that's best case scenario when you're going for drops. Now, there is a little bit of crosswind mixed in with it, and the green is bumpy. Just make sure you use backspin. Make sure you got your ball guideline looking like that to the hole, okay? And then make sure you check the distance of your thorn shot so that you know if you need to pull between mid, medium, or max. And here I'm pulling this at no elevation. Very important to note, no elevation, playing it straight up. And we drop it in for the eagle. That's hole number 8. Hole number 8 I picked up on both my accounts, but to save time, I'll just show you one. Here I'm a little bit confused on what I did wrong. Now, we still pick up the eagle on hole number 9, of course. But, the thing that I don't understand is, okay, I'm pushing my target up, right? And here I don't want to clip the rough. So I have it right here, and I know that I need a 1-ring push-up after I pull because I can tell that by the overpower. So I pull my rings at 10%, and I push back up 1 ring like I'm supposed to. And I shouldn't have to use any overpower. I hit a perfect ball. Theoretically, this ball should have went from fairway to fairway, but man, I hit the middle of the rough, so I'm a little confused on that. I'll have to go back and watch it. It's probably just something small that I missed, but no harm, no foul. Instead of taking a rough bump, we're able to take this shot and go from fairway to fairway and try to sneak this ball in the hole. I don't sneak it in the hole, but I play it 1 for 1 with the wind from back here. If you get the right distance on your drive, you want to play the rough bump at minus 15% elevation, okay? It's a little quirky, but we do want to play it at minus 15% if you're able to get more distance on the drive and go for the rough bump here. Hey, but anyways, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this. The back 9 will not be out until tomorrow morning. I was lucky to have some extra time on my lunch break today to knock out the front 9. But, my schedule is always tried to do pro on the second day of the tournament. I hope you found it helpful. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Thank you, everybody.